Hey guys, I'm Janet, on occasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So, here you can see I'm playing as the Orcs. I've got my army of Black Orcs here. So, got front line of Black Orcs, so against the Dwarves, may I say. So, yeah, fantastic at cleaving up Dwarves. So, in here, I've got a couple of squigs with a Goblin Big Boss. I've got the Rusty Arrows and two lots of Goblin Archers, so saving a bit of money, not bringing the Night Goblin Archers, but with the backup of the Rusty Arrows, sundering the armour. These are quite cost effective, to be honest. So I brought the Hammer of Gork as well, because I figured I'd have to walk quite a while, so I wanted to get some damage in if they were going to shoot me with cannons. So I've been seeing Dwarves do a lot of hiding in the corner at the moment. It was winding me up, so I brought some artillery. And so I've also got some Trolls. Over there, and just one unit of Trolls. Yeah, it was just the one unit of Trolls. I wanted more money for Black Orcs. So I posted them on one side though, because they're quite good for flanking. I've also got an Orc War Boss, and a Night Goblin Shaman for the Little War. Do love the Little War. They're sneaky stabbing, itchy nuisance, it's great. So over here, you can see he's posted up on a hill. So good little area to fight me from, to be honest. And he's been quite careful, he's trying to guard his back a bit. So he's got some Slayers on one side, Warriors of Dragonfire Pass on the other. He's got a couple of cannons, he's got Ungrim, and he's got a Runesmith in the middle. So here's got some Thunderers in the front. So obviously he can do a lot of armor piercing damage as they're moving up, but he doesn't seem to have any infantry blocking me here. But anyway, he's got his Quarrelers, and on the sides he's got Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards, he's got some Hammerers over there, some more Dwarf Warriors, and some Miners with Blasting Charges. So it's pretty varied, pretty varied army, which I think is very interesting. So yeah, let's see how I deal with it, shall we? So I've got a full speed. You know what? I'm gonna go past full speed because this will take ages. So Benny Hill theme going on, and oof, starting to take some damage from the cannons already. All right, so let's slow it down a bit. So you can see huge amount of damage here. Their cannons are focusing on my Black Orcs, which is a great pick for them because these are incredibly expensive units. Luckily I got some cover with the trees here, but you can see he has managed to find one that is easier to hit because not as much cover here. So good pick there. Shooting this one probably would never get hit. So just little things like that always help. But yeah, look at the damage. Oof. They're supposed to have 60 models down to 33. So absolutely wasted. Also here, what I didn't realise is this whole area up to about this tree is actually just completely impassable. I mean, why? Why is this impassable? I know there are floating... That's weird. There are floating fences, but, you know, that's fine. It's a ghost fence. Just walk through it. So here, my squigs are coming around the back. You can see he's moved his units a lot to try and deal with this. So he sent his Hammerers over here. His Hammerers, I think, would be way better just fighting in the front line. Charging against the Black Orcs, but he's decided they're probably better against cavalry, which I think is a bit of a mistake. So he's got his Warriors Dragonfly Pass there. Really should get his Slayers around the back, I think. Because Slayers will be able to absolutely decimate them. So you can see I'm trying to get some shots on their Hammerers, who I'm outrunning with my squigs. Oh, they sweet. Oh, they always make me so happy. Anyway, so you can see I'm taking some damage across the front line. My Trolls have taken a good few hits here, which, yeah, not a bad pick, but then, you know, if you've got artillery, I think killing several Black Orcs at a time is probably better. Because Trolls do have terrible leadership, so once the front line breaks, they're just going to go, aren't they? So, but still, they can do a hell of a lot of damage, so maybe it was worthwhile. So you can see I sent my squigs in the back, so kind of sacrifice these ones, just try and tie up all their artillery, but you can see they will run away pretty quickly. I sent my other unit in these trees here, so they're going to find a target and come in a bit. And yeah, all my Black Orcs are now in the fight. So you can see I got one unit of Black Orcs basically fighting their heroes, and there's also some Quarrelers and Thunderers and all sorts stuck in here. I do get a second unit that's mainly fighting these Slayers, which is an odd pick, an odd matchup there, especially with the squigs in the back. I think you use Slayers for that, but Hammer is still getting shot at. I definitely don't want these guys to get my front line, because they will actually kill a lot of Black Orcs with their huge weapon damage and armor piercing. So you can see here, I lost my Orc War Boss. My Orc War Boss straight away. So yeah, he's running. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice him going to engagement. When I was playing the battle, it actually took me a while. I was trying to find my, I was trying to find him in my on my tiles at the bottom, my unit cards, and he wasn't there anymore. So that was a little bit sloppy, but I was, you know, pretty busy microing everything. I kind of figured my front line was fine, not to worry about it. But so now I've got my archers shooting on the side of here. I dropped down an itchy nuisance over one side, so that definitely helps. They're using their runes, try and bolster them, so that's tough. So squigs run out again with some log beards chasing. I've got my goblin big boss in the back, just bothering their artillery. He'll stay there for ages. He's got slippery, so he can run away quickly if need be. Now I'm trying to take out the Warriors Dragonfire Pass here. Those Black Orcs still fighting. There's only 13 of them left. 12. Okay, now they're starting to go. But yep, I switch onto these Quarrelers with my artillery for a bit, and then realise that probably be best used at this blob. So I'm pretty sure I target the Hammerers again in a second, seeing as how there's only one unit of Black Orcs fighting 4 units of the enemy at the moment. So their Runesmith nearly dead, so that's great news. So yeah, artillery coming in here. Big boss can deal with the Quarrelers. This fight was fairly even, actually. They were doing surprisingly well to say they just had a couple of Dwarf Warriors in this side. Well, and Longbeards and Slayers. Okay, so fair enough. But they decided to try and help out the General, because their General, Ungrim, was just going to eventually get killed by those Black Orcs. You know, they're tough fighters. So he tried to move everyone up, and I just chased. So I managed to get a lot of attacks in the rear there. So these units, obviously these Black Orcs have had a terrible time of things. Yeah, 4 units on them at one point. But you can see, a lot of them are starting to run. Unfortunately, they're still piling forwards. Oh, poor Black Orcs. Anyway, their back line is pretty screwed. Got more squigs, you know, running around. I keep telling them to get out and attack anything that looks squishy. So they've been doing great work. Here, though, with the Black Orcs out of the way, it means my archers could just keep firing on them. So now I think just their Hammerers, the only ones that survive from that side. And my Black Orcs decide to come back, seeing how everything's running. So they're still in the fight, and the Hammerers are now out. So pretty insane how much damage these Black Orcs can do. And yeah, at that point, everything's shattered apart from Ungrim. So he decides to leave rather than watch Ungrim try and fight my whole army. So fair enough. I do like it when people do that. You know, they don't prolong the loss just watching Ungrim fight people. Although that can be fun sometimes. Anyway, so as you can see, not a huge amount of kills across their army, but then it was all against Black Orcs. So you know, pretty low model counts. Not a lot of units I had. Well, I guess I did bring 600, but you know, they're no like cheap goblins that they could just cut a way through. But as you can see, his Thunderers, they got caught out really early, so they never really got many kills. The cannons did fairly well. I mean, those are huge amounts of Black Orcs dead, so that was very useful. The cannons are much cheaper than Black Orcs, so that was a great trade there. And I shut them down pretty quickly with the squigs, so to say they got that many kills, that was great use of cannons. Here though, Slayers didn't get a huge amount of kills. The Hammerers got 21, which is actually quite high for their front line. So if they'd actually been fighting Black Orcs the whole time, rather than coming in when I'd already taken half their unit out with artillery, then yeah, they could have done some serious work. I think that front line and engagement would have gone very differently if they'd come at full strength. So yeah, that's something to learn from, I think. You can see Black Orcs made an absolute killing. War Boss though, 0 kills, didn't do a thing. He just ran in, got killed by Ungrim, and that was that. So bit pathetic. But of course I did still have a lot of leadership because I had my other 2 heroes keeping everyone going. So but look at that, Squigs, 81 kills. Isn't that beautiful? Rusty Arrows did great. I mean, all my archers did fairly well. Say these are only, I think, what, 300 each? That is a huge amount of kills for such cheap units. And that's all because the Rusty Arrows are sundering the armour, which lets these guys do the damage. So it's pretty amazing. So so I think that was a fun one. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, comment, like, and subscribe. You know, tell me how I can do better. Or, you know, come on, his army, come on, whatever. You know, just comment. It's fun. And yeah, I will answer them all. So yeah, have a good day, everybody.